friends, it's Danielle with Take Care Mama, and I have another book haul for you. I have some really good books to share with you. Most of them, I think all but one actually, are from the Goodwill. I love going there every few weeks and just taking time and looking through all of the shelves to find some really great treasures. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the one that is not from the Goodwill. It is not $1.50, and in fact, it was quite expensive. For my birthday, Philip got me a first edition King book. Like, scared to touch it. But it looks so cool. This is Night Shift, and it's very old. This came out in the 70s, which is so cool. It's a collection of short stories. I was expecting like maybe 4 stories would be in here, but there are 19. So they are very short stories, which I think is super interesting and all creepy and scary. This might be a really good Halloween season read. I might get a copy from the library to read it. It's in really good condition, and so I don't want to mess with this so much. I think it's so cool, and what a fun gift to get. So, wanted to get to that first. I found The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I read maybe just last month A New Earth from Eckhart Tolle. He's a spiritual teacher, and A New Earth had a profound effect on me. My husband's actually reading it now. I've read a lot of spiritual books, and that one by far had the biggest effect on me. I want to read it again soon. And this is actually the book he wrote before that, The Power of Now, all about staying in the present moment. And I'm just super excited to get to this. The Martian was such an exciting find. I got this last time I went to the Goodwill. I've never seen anything by Andy Weir at the Goodwill, and I went there last time and I said, I would love to find The Martian, like just randomly. I wanted to find this, and I did. I was like, I'm trying to get more into science fiction, which obviously this is. This was a movie with Matt Damon. I haven't seen it. And he recently came out with another book, and I'm not sure, I don't think it's a series, but I think they have some similarities. It's another space book. People have been really loving it, and I just kind of wanted to get to this first, and if I like this, I'm gonna check out the new release. I'm super excited. I found a William Faulkner book, Light, in August. I don't know anything about this. This year in 2021, every month I've been reading a Stephen King book, and it's been really a fun challenge. And I think next year in 2022, I am going to change my challenge to every month read a classic. I'm pretty sure this is a classic. So yeah, I'm just kind of, even though 2022 is in a few months, I'm kind of thinking about that and brainstorming. So I'm super excited for that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I lied. This is another new book. Phil bought this for me as well. This is Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. I read this 10, 15, probably 15 years ago, and it really blew my mind. And I kind of forgot all about it, and recently Phil and I were talking about it because he had read it too, and then he found it at the bookstore and bought it for me. I'm super excited to read this again. There is a post that says, teacher seeks pupil, must have an earnest desire to save the world, apply in person. And so someone goes to apply in person, and the teacher is, I think he's an ape. And so it's a little science fiction-y. And I just remember this book totally blowing my mind. And one of the things I remember is questioning, are humans really the top of the food chain? Or maybe it's better to say, through evolution, are humans really the top? Why do we think we are the SHIT, basically? That's kind of what I remember. It just made me kind of re-question everything. and just put some crazy ideas in my head that I had never even contemplated before. Like, of course I am better than a slug. And it just made me question that. Like, why do I think that? I'm super excited. Like, I meant to read this month and then I forgot about it. I might have to sneak it in. I'm definitely gonna prioritize this because I think about it all the time. Okay, another like blast from the past. Oh my goodness. The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by Carson McCullers. This is another old book. 1967. I read this in high school and it's one of the books that was so pivotal in my youth. This is not a happy book. It's kind of like the first adult book that I read that wasn't so happy-go-lucky, blah, blah, blah. This is really hard-hitting. It's a small town in the South. We have two deaf men living together. If I'm not mistaken, they might be homosexual, but it's not really talked about. And so they kind of have a hard time fitting into the small town. There's a diner in this town where a lot of scenes take place. There is a young teenager who is just trying to figure out how she belongs in the world. Just a lot of really tough topics are discussed here, and it's less about plot and more about the inner thoughts of these characters, which is just something I love. I read this, I think I actually did 2 papers in high school on this because I loved it so much. I wanted to just dive deep, and I'm very excited to read it again. A little nervous that it won't hold up, but not that nervous. Like, I think I'm still going to love it and to find new insight from this. Did you guys read this? I feel like it's kind of a random one, but I love it. Let's go to James. We found Frightful's Mountain. This is the 3rd book, I want to say, in the My Side of the Mountain series, which I read as a kid. It's like a survival series, and we've really enjoyed reading these. We've listened to most of them on Libby, and I'm kind of assuming we will listen to this as well, but maybe we'll read a chapter, listen to a chapter. I wanted to have the physical copy. I found it at the Goodwill for $1.50, so I thought, why not? Frightful is his falcon. I think I talked about it before and I mistakenly said hawk. It's a falcon that he, the main character, who's a young boy, kind of captured and trained to help him hunt and survive alone in the wilderness. And I love the name Frightful. Like, if I get a dog ever again, I think I'm gonna name the dog Frightful. But also, I'm probably never gonna get a dog again. Details you don't need to know. Okay, I found The Girl Who Played With Fire, which is the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. I think this is the 3rd book. And I read the first one back in the day and really liked it. And I kind of was reminded of this series from Books and Emily Fox. I think I'm getting that wrong, but I will link her channel below. She's a really popular booktuber, and she just started reading these for the first time and really loves them. And so it kind of reminded me of this series. And when I found that, I thought I would pick it up in case I want to pick up that series again, which I definitely do. Everything I Never Told You by Celeste. I don't know how to say her last name. This, I really don't know much about, but I do know that this is a very popular author right now. There are some shows based on her work. I think it's historical fiction, which is something I want to get more into. Yes, so 1970s Chinese Americans, small town Ohio. I'm really loving historical fiction. It's a category that I really stayed away from, and I'm not really sure why. I think I didn't really understand what it can be, and I'm excited to read this and see if this author is for me, because I think she's written a lot of books. So if I love it, that would be really exciting to learn. And then lastly, another historical fiction, Cutting for Stone. This, when was this released? I remember this was an Oprah book club. Sometimes I feel like it's really hard to figure out when a book was released. Oh, 2009. I would have guessed even earlier than that. So this, you know, it's about 10 years old. Math. This is historical fiction. Twin brothers in India, and I think both are medical doctors. I'm really interested in Indian culture, so I'm excited to pick this up. And again, historical fiction is something that I really want to prioritize more in my life. So I don't have any pressing plans to read this anytime soon, but I will definitely get to it maybe next year, to be honest, but I'm really looking forward to it. So that's it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. I would like to know, if you had a really fancy first edition book, would you read it, or would you put it back in its nice packaging, save it on your bookshelf, and if you wanted to read it, would you get it from the library or get a crappy copy? Let me know. Oh, I wanted to show you too, the text is really cool in here. It just like looks old, you know what I mean? I feel like text for books is very trendy, and we go through different trends, and that's something that's really important to me, is how the text in a book looks, and I think this is really cool. Okay, that's it. I hope you are having a wonderful end of your summer. I'm always sad to see a season go, but I'm definitely excited for fall. I love the cozy vibes of fall, and I guess not a lot of these were horror, besides of course Night Shift, but that's another genre that I really love, and I'm really excited to read some horror, creepy books as we head into the Halloween season. I'm so pumped. So thanks again for watching. If you like this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.